Hey y'all. So I had literally came to, a realization. It's like I'm, and because I actually was sitting here talking to myself in the Most High, I'm like, bruh, why da 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 da? And it's like I can't even get sad no more. Like I can't even get angry. Like even if I say I'm sad or angry, bro, I don't really feel that. It's like it's not in my body anymore. And so I say all this to say, like a lot of people growing up would tell me, don't stop talking about stuff. Stop expressing, like basically just stop, just try to silence me. Everybody in some kind of way, every family member, every sibling in some kind of way would try to silence me or try to tell me, talking about it. You're feeding this, you're feeding that, you're da 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 da, right? Whole time I realized talking about shit, even recording myself sometimes talking about it, talking to myself, it actually, and even talking to other people about what I'm truly feeling, not gossiping, but actually telling the truth. I'm talking out my truth, right? Actually has allowed me to see my shadow, right? So it's like the whole time I realized I was doing shadow work all along, when everybody around you is telling you opposite. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Mind you, just that's why I say just being you would disturb people, right? Because even when I started one of my YouTubes in high school, I deleted that one. I was doing hair tutorials. And then it's like, I literally just stopped doing that because it's like, I was like, fuck it. I want to do something else. And then when I started talking about spiritual stuff, my stuff got banned, right? So I started talking about shadow work like a couple years ago. And these people from my hometown, from my schools and stuff like that, have been clocking my stuff, and they were reporting my page because I started talking about shadow work. But I realized, like, me just openly speaking my truth, regardless of if somebody's listening or not, it's like it has been shadow work for me. Actually talking about it, actually speaking about it. So, because I realized most of the people that they're not speaking about it or speaking about whatever they going through or their truth or whatever, they're miserable as fuck. Like, they pretend like they're happy, but they're not really happy. Like, they literally pretend like life is good the whole time. Even these people have more money than me, more resources, a house, a car. They have all these things, but it's like, yeah, they worked for it, right? But it doesn't feel anything. It doesn't mean you actually did the inner work. So it's like, I realized, like, because I was sitting here, like, trying to, it's like, for a second I was like, am I sad? Like, it's like, I'm not even sad, bro. I'm not even sad. It's like, I can't even feel sadness anymore. Even when I think I am, my mental, because it's really just a pattern, like, from what you really, from your past or something, like, even though you're outgrowing it. So it's like, look at the sun coming out. The sun is literally like, yes, honey. Oh my gosh. But I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense for me to even be sad. Like, I literally broke free from so much things, so much. You know what I'm saying? And it's just by talking and spreading my truth and being honest and being truthful with myself and others, right? Now, I have gotten into things because I wasn't honest with myself. Because every time I would be like, oh, I should have listened to myself. Every time I get into something, I always be like, every time I get into trouble with myself, or I feel like I get into trouble, or I feel like I have a setback or something like that, or I deal with people that I know ain't good for me or something, I'll be like, I knew it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point. You don't want to get to keep saying I knew it or I should have listened to myself. Just listen to yourself the first time. Like, even if you feel like you want to express yourself and everybody else is telling you, no, be quiet, Just listen to your own self. Do whatever you feel is necessary. And stop, because, you know, the only reason I got to this point, I've grown to this point, is it's because I talk. When I feel like I want to talk, I talk. I don't care. I don't care what nobody's talking about. Literally. And I realize, you know, people make it such a bad thing, but it's like, bro, people are just jealous that you actually know what you actually believe in yourself. You actually believe in what you speak. You actually believe and have confidence in yourself, in your truth. You know your truth. You know who you are. So it's like, bro, it's so hilarious because people to this day will still tell me I talk too much, or even I tell myself that because of I always say that to myself because of what people have tried to implant in my mind, that I talk too much, or that I don't, that I'm stuck in the past. No, I'm not even stuck in the past. I'm just telling you the truth of what. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth of what I feel. That's how I've always been with all my family, everybody. If you ask me a question, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you about how I feel about it. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. So through these processes, I realized, like, whole time I was uncovering layers within myself, right? Just constantly uncovering, exposing layers within myself just by talking about it. Just by briefly talking about it. And nobody has to be listening to me. I don't even be caring if people, I literally tell people, you don't have to listen. If I'm talking and you're not even collecting what I'm saying, that's cool. I don't even care. I'm just talking for myself. So, you don't even have to be hearing anything I'm saying. I'm literally going through my shadow work basically just by talking. So, some people try to say, you know, I trauma dump. And it's like, I'm not even trauma dumping because it's not like, oh, I'm sad. You feel bad for me. I've never done that. I'm not sitting here telling you to feel bad for me or none of that. I never even... It's just, if you want to know about me, I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to tell you about me. I'm going to tell you about where I come from. I'm going to tell you about everything if that's what you want to know. And then when it gets deep, niggas want to shut you down. When it gets deep, no, I ain't trying to, that's too deep. You doing too much. You wanted to talk. So, you know, that's all I'm saying. But anyways, regardless, that's what I'm saying. Just speak your truth. Like, bro, even if what you saying, you don't even fully understand what you saying. Sometimes you don't even know what you saying. Sometimes we just talking, and then but later on when you look back at it, you're gonna be like, oh, no, I knew what I was talking about. I knew what the fuck I was talking about. Okay? This whole time. So, all I'm hearing in my ears, like, all I'm hearing in my head is fuck them. But I'm just like, you know, I ain't trying to be like that. But, you know, it's just for real, though, because, bro, most people, they're not in your world. They're not in your story. They're just characters. They're just, you know, playing a role. Like, they're not inside, like I said, they're not inside your brain, but they're in your world in a sense. They're a reflection, but they're not really you. You know what I'm saying? Unless they really understand you, like, unless they really, people that really understand you, bro, you don't even gotta say nothing. You don't gotta say nothing at all, for real. But anyways, all right, y'all, I just had to let that out.